We're starting a whole new series where we are going to be eating 5,000 calories a day for the next 50 days. I have not eaten in a calorie surplus in probably 5 years. I have been right at maintenance, have not had a surplus in years. Today actually was day 1. This might be ill-advised. I might gain too much fat. We did have the weight and body fat measured. I was 218 the first day starting this. So I'll have some of that information. I would like to get a DEXA scan at the end of this so we have even a little bit more information, right? Nevertheless, it's a cool experiment. It might not go well. I'm gonna talk about nutrition later, but the idea is it's not eat 3,000 calories a day and then eat 10,000 calories of junk on a Saturday to average 5,000. We truly want to average 5,000 throughout the week, eating, I hate to use the word clean, but when I say clean, I mean nutrient dense foods that could add to health and longevity and performance, not just sitting on the couch being a fatty. So with that, I have put together a new program that I've been doing, and honestly, it is one of my favorite programs I've ever done so far. Let's just be crystal clear like I've always said. If you are eating somewhat appropriately, if you are focusing on the basics in the gym and you're consistent, you are 90 to 95% there. Okay, let's let that sink in. So if you got people selling you programs or this cool program, if you're doing those things already, this is just the icing on top. Now, if you're a famous powerlifter, if you're Larry Wheels watching this and you're trying to deadlift 1,000 pounds, please ignore me. You're elite. Most of the people watching this channel are not the elite of the elite. They're normal people. But many of you are also 30, 35, 40, 45 years old. You've been training a long time. So you are advanced. You just might not be, worldwide elite. You might not be competing. So what I like to do is put together simple programs for people who don't just want a basic 5x5. They want something a little bit more. Okay, so stay with me here. This program, and I love it so far. I'll show you little clips of bench press today. I've made more progress benching, and I'm still have been on a calorie deficit in the last months than I have in years doing it this way. Few points to this program. The first exercise in each workout will be quite heavy. You will be going up to likely 82 to 85% of your 1 rep max. 8 exercises. The whole program only has 8 different exercises. The idea is to progress in weight and volume on those 8 exercises through the course of 12 weeks. You might need a deload during that time. Most of you will not. There is opportunity to add in some arms or calves or some things like that, but I'm not. Okay, so let's start this off. You guys know I've been doing sort of mastery workouts where you do maybe the workout is based on 1 exercise. You do 7, 10, 12, 15 sets of 2 to 3 reps. I like those. I think it's a good progression for people. Even for advanced lifters, I think it's a nice thing to go back to. But sometimes you want a little bit more. I needed some variety. I wanted to reformulate. I wanted to do vary the reps up a little bit as much for the fun of it as the effectiveness of it. I also wanted to increase frequency of training the muscles. So this video is going to be a little longer too. So just hang in there. There'll be no ads. There might be some, but bear with me. This is good information. It's based on 4 days a week, okay? Day 1. This day is going to focus around the deadlift, but it also, it's going to hit your entire posterior chain. Day 1 will hit your back, your entire legs, quads, hamstrings, calves, low back, lats. It'll hit all of that. The only thing it's not hitting is chest, triceps, and front side delts. That's the only thing it's not hitting. Deficit deadlifts. We are still going to keep the philosophy of a good amount of sets with lower reps for 1 exercise on each workout day. So you've got deficit deadlifts. The reason we're doing deficit deadlifts is it also adds in some more quad work. I love deficit deads. You can stand on a 45-pound plate if you don't have a platform. 5 sets of 3 reps. Why 5 sets? Well, I don't want you doing 1 set of an all-out RPE 10 weight. But instead of doing 7 or 10 sets, well, number 1, it allows you to do more in the workout. But number 2, you can do a heavier weight. So it's still heavy. You're still focusing on a heavy weight, but it's not so heavy that we're RPE 10. You're gonna likely be at an RPE 8.5, 9. It probably will be 82, almost 85% of your 1 rep max. So it will be heavy, but less total sets. Kind of a nice combination. That absolutely is enough sets to produce muscle hypertrophy. No question. Next, front squats. Why are we doing front squats? Well, on this workout, I wanted to stimulate some protein synthesis in our legs. I also think front squats are the best sort of ancillary support exercise for deadlifts. It's great. This will be hard as hell after deficit deadlifts. So what I'm doing on these front squats, instead of doing super heavy weight, I'm going down to 6 to 8 reps. Deep, all the way down, very slow. You can even do pause reps. And then the final exercise, and I did miss one. The next exercise is vertical pull. You pick your vertical pull, whatever one you want. You pick it. 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Gives you a little variety. Maybe each workout you can pick a different one. And then I like to do either hyperextensions or glute ham raise. 3 sets of 20 to end. Like I said, you're hitting everything in this workout, getting a nice mix of reps. Day 2, doing the bench press. Right now, I'm doing incline. I just prefer incline. Do with it whichever you like. I'm doing incline. 5 sets of 3 reps. Same principle. Heavy enough that, you're going heavy, right? Probably 82, 83% of your 1 rep max, but it's not an all-out 1 set, fry yourself max. Overhead press, 4 sets, 6 to 8. On bench and overhead press, form is everything in this. Same thing, right? Overhead press. We're down, pause, up, down. Pause, up, down. Same thing with bench press, right? Down, we pause, up, down. Full pause, up, down, full pause, up, down. You get it? What we don't want, and this is why I say this is an advanced program. It looks very simple, and overall it is. The problem is with beginners and even intermediates, they don't understand how to work these low rep sets. Doing a set of 3, this is what happens all the time. Someone, and one of you will do this, you'll decide to do this program, you're probably a beginner, you'll do your deficit deads or bench, you'll be like, oh, 3 reps? You'll literally use your 3 rep max, and then by your 3rd set, you won't even be able to get 3 reps. You won't be able to get any in your 4th or 5th set, and it's like, oh, this sucked. You have to understand how to choose the appropriate weight. I would almost say the first week, go with 80% of your 1 rep max. You should be able to do that for 5 sets of 3 reps. If you can't, you can kind of adjust from there, okay? And then with this workout, we finish with dips, 3 sets of 10 to 15. Add weight if you want. You're gonna be pretty tired by that point. Next, let me flip. Now, I will have this all written out. I know it's hard to see up here, okay? So, day 3. I like to start off with hamstrings. You do not have to. I prefer it. I like it. 5 sets of hamstrings. I'm gonna do not straight leg deadlifts. I do some form of curl if you can. Front squats. That's the major exercise here. So we did front squats on day 1, but this is the front squat day. Again, I'm choosing to do front squats. Why am I choosing? Well, we'll go over that in a minute. Front squats, 5 sets of 3. Same principle as the bench and the deficit deads here. Then here we're doing 1 set of deficit deadlifts, right? 1 set. Gotta be careful with recovery and deadlifts. Should be 1 hard set of 6 to 8 reps. No touch and go. No. Horizontal pull. You choose some form of row, 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps. The star on these exercises indicates That's the focus of the workout. That's the big one, right? The 5 set work one. Day 4 is the overhead press day. 5 sets of 3 on overhead press. We're gonna do bench, 4 sets of 6 to 8. Dips, 3 sets of 15 reps. Let me flip. Let's talk about some of these things and how we pick some of these workouts. I like you could do different combinations of exercises. I like, number one, I like to pick my exercise and stick with it for a while. That is how you'll progress. Like if you do, I'll do squats this week, front squats next week, hack squats this week, you're not gonna really progress. Your first week doing a new exercise, you kind of get in the groove, feel better the next week. By the 3rd week, you're in it. You get it. So pick the exercises. Here's why I like this combination. Since we're not doing many exercises, it is in a sense an advanced yet minimalist program. So I want to hit exercises and pick exercises that hit the most body parts possible. Deficit deadlifts will hit your quads more than regular deadlifts. That's what I want. That adds more quad volume. Front squats will kill your back in a good way. Great for upper back. I mean, when you got a lot of weight on the front of you, it is just fabulous for your back. I mean, it's one of my favorite back exercises, which is weird. So that's why I pick those exercises. And we continue with front squats here. I also pick the incline bench because it will also hit my shoulders. I do almost a narrow grip incline because it hits my triceps more, my shoulders more. You choose though. Maybe you want to do decline. Do decline here and do decline here. But stick with it and keep it the same. Then after you do between 8 and 12 weeks of this, you can always substitute some exercises. Like maybe I'll go back to regular squats. Again, program is 8 exercises long. Certainly, a lot of you are going to say, bro, there's no bicep work. There's no bicep work. Like, there's no bicep work. All right, I'm kidding. If you want to, totally fine. I wouldn't crush your biceps or your triceps, but if you wanted to, you could certainly in maybe day 3 or day 4, maybe just at the end of day 4, throw in a little biceps, throw in a little triceps if you want to. To not do at the end of every workout all kinds of biceps and triceps work. It will wear you out. But you can add it in. Same thing with calves. Full disclosure, I'm not gonna do any direct arm work. I probably will throw in calves briefly at the end of every workout. I forgot a big one. These 2 exercises, you see they are circled. Day 1, front squats, 4 sets. It says 4 to 7 sets times 6 to 8 reps. Day 2, overhead press, 4 to 7 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Why are they circled? What you will do with these exercises, these 2 exercises only, you will ramp up the volume. So on day 1 and day 2, when you start the program, you will do 4 sets, right? So keep track of your weight. The next week, you will do 5 sets of front squats and 5 sets of overhead press. The next week, you will do 6 sets of front squats, 6 sets. The next week, 7 sets and 7 sets. Once you can do that with whatever weight you were using, you go back down to 4 sets, and then you up the weight a little bit. Make sense? So everything else, the volume is going to stay static. You'll want to increase the weight as you can. You're going to stick with the main exercise for 5 sets. That will not increase. You will focus on increasing the weight. When do you increase the weight? This is what I would say. Number 1, don't overshoot your weight on the first week. Do a weight you can hit. Otherwise, where do you go from there? So let's say on week 1, you're like, I did my deficit deads, I did my bench, I got my 5 sets of 3. It was tough, it felt good. Depending on where you're at or how easy it was, if you're at an RPE 9.5, I'd say go up, 5 pounds total. If you have micro plates, you could even go up less than that. If you're over an RPE 9.5, or even if you're maybe at 9.5, stick with that weight. The bottom line is this: if you're on your 5th set and it's a grinder, man, I mean, you're barely getting it, either micro load, like a pound per side, or do not go up in weight, okay? Do that weight again the next week. You should be able to complete 5 sets of 3. It will be hard. It should be hard. You should be like, damn, how am I gonna get through front squats after that? But you should not be doing grinders. Please remember, even with low reps, you don't wanna be doing grinders day in and day out. It's not how you get stronger. So that is the tenets of this program. Let me say this, the program is not perfect, but if you're doing the basics, working hard consistently, like I said, you're almost already there. There are holes in this program. There are some things I don't love for certain people, but for someone like me, I'm 35, I'm advanced, I want to progress, I want to mix it up, I want to get stronger while stimulating muscle hypertrophy. This has worked very well for me. Like I said, this is one of the ways I've increased my bench, and I'll throw a little clip in there of 295. I did 5 sets of 3 at 295 on incline bench. Pause today. I've had great success with this so far. So thanks for watching. I know it's a long video. I will have this all written out for you. This is day 1, 5,000 calories a day. Fingers crossed, we don't get fat. See you later.